They took you to a room. Did they interrogate you? What happened?
I was interrogated for hours.
You're kidding.
They put me on the phone to call a lawyer. They called the U.S. consulate and advised them, quote, that they had arrested a foreign national, and they left me sitting on a hard steel chair under guard for 7.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I was taken for the purpose, I'm sure, of intimidation, to use me as an example
Oh my
to
gosh.
others who may want to take a stand in Canada for freedom of speech and to expose the atrocities of Islam that is coming down on the heads of the Canadian people.
Yeah.
The Canadian government, that's the Canadian government that is Islamophobic. They're too afraid of Islam to speak out against it and to take appropriate action to protect their citizens. Islam is having a huge influence in liberal governments. And generally speaking, Islamic blasphemy laws is basically what it is that anybody who speaks or writes anything that could possibly be construed as insulting to the Prophet or Islam or the Quran should face criminal penalties. And the United Nations is pushing hard to get these laws passed worldwide. You know why? Because Islam is scared to death of freedom of speech. Freedom of speech works. And where freedom is strong, Islam cannot survive. So they have to silence us. They have to silence the right. They have to silence anybody who dares to expose them because they can't stand up to the facts. Islam cannot justify its policies and practices in any way.
Right.
So they have to use intimidation and these jackboot tactics to silence all their critics. And think about this. The Canadian law enforcement officers were essentially enforcing Sharia law.
Yes.
Down on this infidel who blasphemed Islam. I know that.
Well, you didn't get a chance to yet. They just read that you were going to on your iPad.
Yeah, they arrested me for hate speech that I had not spoken.